Europe remains an absolute key market for global companies.
Asia, Africa is rising, and their labor is going to be cheaper than yours. You cannot compete.
What we all hear daily, China, China, China.
Absolutely crucial and essential for Europe is the digital single market. That's what we need in Europe.
We have something in Europe, it's creativity and innovation.
Europe is trying to cling to the old European economy and not taking initiative to the changing world.
Very interesting and provocative, I think, for all of us. We're all strong believers in democracy. There's no question about that. But is democracy sometimes an impediment to economic growth?
It's so important what you say about the digitalization of the economy. The digitalization is what knits everything together in the technological revolution that we are in the midst of now.
Europe should try to move into the higher end of the manufacturing now. Competing with China.
Higher end means what precisely?
High value products with higher technology, higher capital investment. Competing with China on the labor intensive manufacturing, impossible. Now Vietnam is coming up very fast.
When it comes to movie making, the next big competitor to us, to all of us, is going to be China, which have launched a very aggressive program to make their own global filmmaking industry.
Innovation should be carried forward continuously and not stop at once developing technology. That's where the modern world is today. The companies which will be willing to come up with the new products every couple of months or at least a year, adjusting to the changing global market environment cost, because competitors are coming from all over the world.
We need to give hope back to young people, make them realize that they can still find opportunities in Europe.
One thing that we tend to forget is that the European economies are the best functioning economies in the world, together with the United States and Japan. How come? Because we are the ones who are able to provide our populations with the highest standards of living.
I remember in the 1990s when countries of Asia were expanding, Europe did not take the opportunity to come to invest, thinking these are small markets of poor people. Today these markets are captured by the Japanese and Koreans and Chinese. So riskless business of the European, maybe comfortable European welfare state society, to me seems to be something that needs to be addressed.
Looming on the horizon, also a good thing, I think, is the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, TIP, which will also ease the flow of goods between two of the world's largest trading partners, the European Union and the United States. It's key to the economic revitalization of the global economy and worldwide job creation.
We really encourage policymakers in this room and in Washington, D.C. to make their best to conclude that deal. We believe this will give a boost to our respective economies and will anchor the place of Europe in the global economy going forward.
The European Union really needs to take a close look at the energy policy that we have formulated. There are some good things in the mix that we have, but there is one thing that is painfully missing, and that is the rapidly changing global energy playfield. I'm talking about shale gas, obviously.
A very big energy policy decision is now also in the hands of the Russians. Will they continue pushing towards the Arctic in the utilization of reserves, or will they change gear?
It's a big agenda, and it seems to be getting bigger. Thank you. Reforms straight across the boards in every sector, in every country, in every economic trading bloc. Reforms not just with regard to trade, but with regards to culture, very difficult. Internal European Union reforms and readjustments, developing world readjustments, US-EU readjustments, developing world readjustments, and all of them interacting with each other. So I hope we've been able to provide you with some food for thought, with some provocation, with some information. And I think, if I can say, that the panel number one has provided a good foundation for us to go forward in the next 2 days. So thank you very much for your attention and for your participation. Thank you.